On this week's Gadget Show WebTV, Otis is creating a photosynth picture of the studio. John puts the new Nokia E75 through its paces, and we'll be bringing you all the latest gadget news. Hi and welcome to WebTV. Coming up, we've got Otis making a giant picture of the studio. Before that though, John's got a first look at the Nokia E75.
I was very impressed with Nokia's E71 business phone when I tried it out last year, so I was really looking forward to this, their new E75. It shares many of the E71's features, but now incorporates a slide-out QWERTY keyboard. When it's together, it looks very much like a conventional phone. There's a normal numeric keypad, a control pad, there isn't a touch-sensitive button or touch-sensitive screen in sight, and it's got a conventional Series 60 interface. When you slide it open, the screen transfers to landscape mode and you can type away. Now initially it doesn't look like a very promising keyboard, the keys look very flat, but actually they're quite good, quite convenient. They've got slightly raised centres and it makes it quite fast in operation. Nothing like as fast as a conventional computer keyboard, but nevertheless I was finding I was getting speeds about twice as fast when typing than I would on an iPhone, as faster than an E71 or BlackBerry, and more on a par with an LG Prada 2 or one of Nokia's internet tablets. It's a very logically laid out keyboard as well. There's a full-sized At key, there's a sort of blue Alt key here, so you can access the symbols and numbers, though if you hold the keys down it comes up with the number or symbol anyway, which is handy. For a phone with a slide-out keyboard, it's usefully thin at just 14.4mm and reasonably light at 139 grams. Although a penalty of the separate numeric keypad plus keyboard layout is that the screen itself is rather small, so web browsing can be an operation that involves rather a lot of scrolling, although Nokia's browser isn't actually too bad. One benefit of the small screen, though, is that the battery life's rather good. I found I was getting on average about a couple of days between charges, on occasion 3 days, which is really very good for a smartphone. The phone looks classy with its metal back and chrome finishes, and email accounts are very easy to set up. There's a sort of wizard that guides you through the process, and you can link your accounts to the Nokia messaging push email application. I found I had it up and running with my Gmail account within a couple of minutes and it worked brilliantly. At the moment, Nokia aren't charging for this service, incidentally, although I found that the mail didn't work when I was in Wi-Fi mode. I had to be on a 3G connection, so you'll need a fairly generous data account. Another thing that didn't work in Wi-Fi mode was the built-in maps and GPS. Again, I needed to use a data connection for those. There's a good FM radio and music player, a memory card slot, 3.5mm socket for headphones, support for lots of different audio and video formats, and really very good sound quality, at least through the headphones. The internal speakers rather poor. The camera's competent rather than spectacular. It's 3.2 megapixels with autofocus, and there's a reasonable 640 by 480 30 frames per second video mode, although disappointingly there's no xenon flash, just a rather weedy LED one. So my shots of the Gadget Show's end of term party were really rather hopeless. The only significant drawback I can find with the E75 is that reception in marginal signal areas wasn't quite as strong as on my N82. Overall though, if you're not bothered about having a touchscreen and want to do quite a bit of typing in whatever application, I think the E75 is an excellent phone, whether you're a business user or not.
Right, news time now. And if you've ever wanted to watch your favourite movies on the go, but you found the screen size on your mobile phone, PMP or netbook a little bit too small, then Taiwanese company BenQ may have found the answer with their GP1 mini LED projector. The GP1 weighs just 640 grams and it's small and compact, making carrying it around with you when you're on the go super easy. And it's compatible with multiple storage devices such as your iPhone, your smartphones and your PDAs. It's also got a USB port which allows you to plug and play, so you don't need to connect up your DVD player or computer to watch your favourite flicks. The mini projector uses LED technology and has an integrated 2-watt speaker and headphone jack for easy listening. And it'll give you an image size of up to 80 inches with aspect ratios of either 4:3 or 16:9. The BenQ GP1 mini LED projector is available this month for around £500. Samsung recently released their high-definition camera on the Orange network, the i8910, previously called the Omnia HD. The impressive HD handset includes a 3.7-inch AMO LED screen, an 8-megapixel camera with autofocus and an LED flash. It also includes features normally associated with a digital camera, such as smile shot, blink shot and face detection. It offers 720p video recording at 24 frames per second, and playback includes XVID, DivX, WMV and MPEG-4. Other features include Wi-Fi, GPS, 3G, Bluetooth 2, push email, and has 8GB of flash memory, which can be expanded to 40GB through a 32GB compatible microSD slot. The Samsung i8910 is available on the Orange network now. Now it's time for Otis, who's managed to get his hands on some very cool photo editing software from Microsoft Labs. It's called Photosynth.
Imagine a facility or a program that would enable you to take a bunch of pictures of an area or a room, load them all into the computer, and then give you a 3D image of that area you've taken your photograph from. Photosynth, which has been released by Microsoft Labs, is a program that enables you to do that. I went into the Gadget Show studio earlier and took a bunch of pictures, standing on the same spot and just taking loads of pictures going round. I took about 8 pictures. You throw those in, and then what it's done is it's turned it into a 3D rendering of the whole studio. Now this is how it works. When you load multiple pictures into the Photosynth, it locates points of interest that are common across a number of images that you've taken. Then what it does is it takes a look at what angle you took the photo from of, say, a monitor in the middle of the studio. Then it uses an algorithm to calculate what that would look like as you were rotating yourself around the room. It doesn't matter how close you were or how far away you were standing when you took the pictures. The algorithm takes care of that. You can move around any way you like. You can go up and down, so to speak. Yeah, down on the floor, or pull out some more. Another beauty about this program is I could take a picture of the Wall of Fame as it is, and if I then decided to go in close and take individual pictures of each of the iconic items that are there, the program would then splice all of those individual pictures into the main 3D image. It's able to recognize common points of interest and determine where they should be within the 3D rendering. You could use it perhaps if you went to somewhere like the Grand Canyon. So you're on holiday, you go to the Grand Canyon or you go to Niagara Falls, and it's simply too big to fit into one photograph. So you take a bunch of photographs, load it all in, and it will give you a massive 3D depiction of all those multiple photographs. It's great. There is a small downside. If you try to upload too many photos, I'm talking in the hundreds, it is very, very slow. But on the upside, if your pictures are good, they will get geotagged and potentially used on Google Maps.
Unfortunately, that's all we've got time for on WebTV this week, but keep an eye on our website for exclusive videos and blogs, and we'll be back at the same time next week with more dazzling gadgets. In the meantime, keep an eye on our Twitter page for regular updates from the Gadget Show team. Bye for now.